we wanted her to have a new screen, and I'm going to show you something cool now. We're going to do the next screen, which is going to be the wedding reception itself. I have no idea how that's going to look, so we're going to do another little fun edit thing exercise here. But this screen that we're going to enter right now, the next screen, is going to be a scrolling screen. And how do we do that? Well, the game is running in a resolution of 640 by 480. So if I just do 640 by 480, of course, the entirety of the screen is going to be filled up with the background. If, however, I do a screen that's, let's say, 1500 by 480, then, of course, the screen is wider than the game's resolution. This just means that the game will scroll. Easy as that. So if I start drawing in this nice and wide thing here, the actual game screen is just going to be, you know, like this bit. And then once the character starts moving across, then the screen will slowly scroll like this. It'll just simply follow the player character. Isn't that grand? And of course you can do the same thing with, you know, up and down. So if the if it has a bigger height than the game's resolution, then and if you somehow move your player character up or down, it'll scroll along with the player character. Very cute. Sorry, I keep burping. It's time for me to have a drink and start drawing. Yay. Right, so this is the second screen. I just put Elsa in here to sort of give the whole thing scale, so I know what scale I'm drawing to. This is the table for food. As you can plainly see, these are paper plates on a table. This is the way back to the gift room. I forgot to color in the there thingy go. Fuck. I forgot to color in the sky. There you go. There. And this is the, you know, the place where the bride and groom stand up, and under this, I don't know, decoration or something. It looks like a fucking caterpillar on a stick. I know, but it's supposed to be, you know, like twigs and vines and shit. You know, things that people have at fancy weddings. And so we also need a person to stand here and exclaim, "Oh my god, the wedding has been crashed with a plunger." So we just need to draw another character. Yay! And we need to draw a bride. Oh god. If there's one thing I'm worse at than drawing females, it's drawing females in dresses. I'm so sorry, all you lovely ladies out there. I don't mean any, you know, disrespect about this. I'm just terrible at drawing. I'm really sorry. God damn it. And there we have our blushing bride. She's barefoot, and she's got this look of permanent shock on her face, and her eyes are covered by this fantastic veil. So let's just go ahead and save our bride here. Again, we transpose her into a different document. Looks like she's fucking floating. Alright, cool. Bride. There you go. Cute. And I think we can just about call this scene done, don't you think? So we'll just hide our characters, because they... Oh, that's the table. Don't want to hide that. Ah, that's the podium. That's the... Fuck! Where is the... There you go. Elsa, you fucking bitch. Get out of my scene. We'll just hide this. Or save this. Oh, whatever. This is how I normally make games. It's scintillating, isn't it? Reception area. There you go. Righty-ho, back into this thing. Now, hope you're with me here. We have to make another room, which is going to be the reception area. I'm going to get rid of this tablet. I don't think... Oh, wait, shit. I still need inventory items. Yeah, alright. We'll do those next. It's sticking to my thighs. I'm wearing shorts. Ah, god damn it. Alright, cool. We need to make another room. So I right-click this, make new room, and it just has a template that says blank room. Now, you can make your own templates if you have like objects that need to be in the same position for, you know, different rooms and, you know, messages and such. Not gonna mess with that. You can have as many as 300 rooms in a game, and you can actually have more, but it doesn't save the state of the room. That means if you take something from the room, or if you do something to the room, and then you exit the room and then you come back, if the room number is above 300, it doesn't remember what just happened. So you're basically limited to 300 game rooms, and then if you have like a title sequence, or you have like a cutscene or something where it's not necessary for the game to remember that something happened in this scene because it just flashes before your eyes, you usually you know, give it a room number of 300 or above. This is going to make a frightening amount of sense later on, don't you worry. For now, we're just going to select a blank room and call it room number 2. Done. Okay, now we do have room number 2 down here, so we double click that and we edit the room. We call it description, we call it reception area. It is room number 2, and all of this jazz is just fine, and then we change the background. And we go in and we find our fancy reception area. It is a different size to the old one. We all know this. It's the first time we're importing a goddamn image. There you go. Wow, isn't this just pretty? Okay. Excuse me again. We need to define walkable areas for this. As per usual, we're just gonna draw a huge number of fucking boxes everywhere. Ugh. This looks fine. You can also, I mean, you can do this. You can, you know, use the line tool to sort of make your own like really intricate walkable area things here. And then once you're done, you know, doing that, you can color it in. But if you leave like just one little pixel that's not colored, then the entire screen will just fill in like that. That is awful. I hate doing that. I can't tell you how many times I've sat there and just, you know, trying to draw this shit in. Actually, we might want to do a walk behind. So you can walk behind the table. This is going to look hilarious. So, to walk behind the table, we first need to define, you know, a walkable area that Elsa can use. It's just going to be a thin one here. Don't worry about making it, you know, super thin and such. She's a big gal. She can deal. And we color that in. So now you see you can actually walk behind the table. Now, of course, if you do this right now, Elsa will still just appear in front of the table because, you know, AGS has no idea that the table is supposed to, you know, cover up bits of her. So in this little drop down here, we do walk behinds. And now we very painstakingly paint this thing in, and there's a little tooltip here, I'm going to explain what that means in a second. We paint this thing in because everything that's painted in AGS will acknowledge has to, you know, cover up the character sprite instead of, you know, her just passing right through it. Let's see here. This is going to be an absolute fucking masterpiece. There we go, and let's try and color that in, see what happens. Boom! See? Exactly. I missed a pixel somewhere. Ah, you piece of shit. Just color the whole fucking thing in, something like that. And there you go. No. God damn it, I'm just gonna do this. I mean, what are we, professionals? I don't fucking think so. Alright, now the tooltip that just showed up is telling me to create a baseline for where, you know, when is it supposed to start covering up the character sprite. When the character sprite moves behind the bottom part of the table, that's when it should start covering up, because then you're on the walkable path behind it. So there's a little thing here at the top of the screen. Probably didn't notice that. And I have to drag that down to the absolute bottom part of where it starts covering up the character sprite. So that will be at the, you know, bottom of the table. And you can have several different walk behinds, like I walk behind this thing, and then maybe there's a potted plant here. She has to also walk behind that, and stuff in the foreground, all of this stuff. Have fun with that. You can select different... where the fuck do I do it? Oh, there. This drop down here. You can have a walk behind area 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. But once you have like a walk behind baseline here, then, you know, everything that you also color in, you know, she's going to walk behind that one as well. It's only if you have like stuff in the foreground, like she can pass in between the table and something, you know. Fuck. Yeah. Well, we've got a walk behind, cool, and we've got walkable areas, cool, and we've got hotspots. No, we don't need those right now. We'll deal with those later. We do, however, also need to place our blushing bride. Our blushing bride is going to have. Well, first of all, she's going to have sprites. Can't really live without sprites, can you? I know I should probably make a new folder for her, but fuck it, she's just one frame. So here's Bridie. Hello, Bridie. God, what the fuck am I doing with my life? She needs a view. It doesn't really matter, but she is facing left, so let's just say left. That would be view 2. Thank you. She is a new character. So now, okay, wait. We've defined her sprites and we've defined her view. She's going to be view number 2. Almost rhymes. So we have to define her as a character, and this is where it gets interesting. See, we right-click characters and say new character, and then we get Char 1. Char from Undertale. No. And all of this stuff. She has a normal view. She has a speech view. That's all fine. We define all of this stuff right here. Let's see. Her normal view is 2. And her speech view is also 2, because we don't have a specific talking animation. That's cool. Her speech, let's give her a yellow color for, you know, when she's talking. I'll show you that in a minute. She is clickable, that's true. Her character name is Bridie. And her script name is C. Bride. Now, a thing about the whole, once we get into scripting, everything needs its own script name. Our dear beloved Elsa has the script name C. Ego. C stands for character. Our bride has C. Bride. And the real name is what's... if we had a highlighter, when you move your mouse over the object, it would highlight Bridie. And it's also used for making conversations. I'm not going to make a conversation in this episode. I've already gone on for too long. That might be one for the next one. But we are going to put her in starting room 2, reception area. That's where she is. Let's just get her coordinates. She's supposed to be standing somewhere around here, which is 1321. 359, 1321, 359, 1321, 359, 1321, 359, 1321, 359. I don't know if I messed that up, did I? I don't care. That's where she is. And she's clickable, and you can do all sorts of shit to her. Okay, so we've got 2 rooms, and we've got a main character sprite, and we've got a person. And I'm going into edit the first room now. It asks me if I want to save changes to room number 2, because you can't actually edit 2 rooms at the same time. Don't ask me why. So we need to pick up a plunger here. Let's just quickly draw in a plunger. We're not actually going to draw a plunger in the game world itself, even though I clicked on the fucking browser. I don't know why I did that. We're just gonna, in the game, you're just going to... Hey, here, let me show you. Come on. There you go. Elsa, she's just going to use the hand icon on one of the presents, walk over to it, rummage through it, and say, whoops, I got a plunger, and then we add a plunger to her inventory. There's nothing in her inventory right now, but we'll get to that. So we just draw a plunger icon. What are 50 by 50? Fuck do I know? What does a plunger look like? I have no idea. There, that's a goddamn plunger. So we save that thing under inventory. Make a new folder for that for no reason whatsoever. Call it plunger. Cool. And to make an inventory item, don't worry, we'll get to the part where we hide it in the parcel later, but to make an inventory item, we again go into sprites. And we should probably make a new folder for it, but fuck, I'm just going to put everything in this. The folders here are not really... They're just for organizing your own stuff. They're not actual folders. God. Import a sprite. Here you go. Inventory. There's the fucking plunger. It's beautiful, isn't it? It looks a bit like two red testicles sitting atop an ice cream cone. But fuck it. And we're going to make an inventory item out of it. Now, inventory items, there's a key and a poster. These are default inventory items. I'm not going to mess with them. I should probably delete them, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to create a new inventory item. And it's now called inventory item 1. It should actually be called a plunger. And now I have to select the actual image for it, which is the image used in the inventory window itself. That's going to be the plunger. And the cursor image, which is when I pick it up from the inventory and try to use it around the game world. Now, professional people would make a separate, separate view for these two, or a separate sprite for them, because the cursor might look different than the actual thing in the inventory. But not in my game, fuck that. Also, it needs a script name, which is I for inventory, and then plunger. Player starts with item. Once you start the game, does Elsa in fact have the plunger? No, she does not. So that is false. Cool. We are coming up on the home stretch. Be wary here. Now we're going to make on this screen. We want her to go mess with the parcel and pick up a plunger. So we go into Hotspots. See, we've already drawn the parcels on the table. If you wanted to, perhaps, once you mess with it, you would remove the parcel. You would draw the parcel separately and put that in as an object. I'll do objects at a later date. I don't want to do that right now. Right now we're going bare bones, so we're just going to define this parcel as a hotspot that you can click on. Now everything, of course, everything in the background is a hotspot. We're gonna be doing a quick couple of descriptions. Actually, we can do that right now. See, this one is a parcel. So I give it a description and also give it a script name, which again is H for hotspot parcel. This is going to make sense in a while. And then if I want to define more, I just use this drop down here, select hotspot number 2, and draw that in, and there you go. That's the sun. The sun is now a hotspot. I call that H sun. Now, let's start with the sun, actually, because the sun is just a background thing. So we just want to, if you look at it, if you try and use it, you're not actually going to accomplish anything, but it's just going to give some flavor to the game. So these switch between the defining thing, and this is what you can do to it. Events, actions. Now you got a bunch of shit here, but the important ones are interact, look, and talk. And use inventory on. If you look at the sun, then something should happen. Right. So I highlight the look at, and then I press this little thingamajig over here, and that takes me to the scary, scary room script thing. Now, looking up script commands and such is actually, there's a context thing. You can hit F1 and start looking around for, stuff to do in here. But I'm just going to show you the bare essential ones, which is that if I look at the sun, I want my character to say something. The player character, that's just, the command player, dot say, parentheses, and quotation marks, it's a sun, closing parentheses, semicolon, tells you you're done. I'm using player say and not, I could also use, the character script names, and I'm going to do that once we get to the actual bride, but, some games have different protagonists you can switch between, so it's just useful to have player say. Never mind. Anyway, that's it. Let's just test that. Okay, go into the game. Dear God, that takes a while. Right, here we go. Just have a little walk in, and we select look, and look at the sun. It's a sun! Isn't she just fucking clever? Right. Okay, so now we want to mess with the parcel here. First of all, I select hotspots and I select the parcel. That's great. If I look at it, we're just going to give a generic look description. We're just going to say it's a parcel. There is a plunger in there, hint, hint. And it just occurs to me now that if I in fact have the plunger, she shouldn't say that there's a plunger in there already, right? We'll get back to that. Dear God. So, if you interact with it, then we want to walk Elsa over to the parcel and then add the plunger inventory item to her inventory. Okay, so let me just get out the walkable area. We want to put her somewhere like this. 237,397, 237,397, 237,397, 230 what? 237,397? I don't remember anymore. Fuck it. Anyway, player.walk means walk the character over to this, and E-block or no E-block? E-block means that it'll complete this animation before executing a new command. So we don't want to interrupt her walking, because she has to then say, there is a plunger in here, and then add the plunger. Player.add inventory I plunger. That means we now get that in our inventory. Now, astute observants would now be able to correctly identify this as a bug, which is that you can just add as many plungers as you want, because there's no check in place to see if, you know, she actually has the plunger already or not. But let's just test this for a bit, just to see if we actually do pick up the plunger. We do, probably. See, in our inventory, there is no plunger. And now I interact with this. She walks over, and she goes, there's a plunger in here! And boom! Now we should have a plunger in our inventory, and we most certainly do. There it is. Isn't it a beauty? Can't use it on anything, obviously, but yeah, there we go. But I could, you know, just keep on getting plungers this way. So, we put in a little check here. If player has inventory I plunger, then she should say, well, actually, I should do this properly. I should put in these things. Go, player say, I already have the plunger. Go like this. Else, you do this. Now, I am going to explain this. Just give me a little tick here. There you go. Now, if I try to interact with the parcel, it first does a check to see if the player has in their inventory the plunger. You're not supposed to pick up the plunger again, so the player will say, I already have the plunger. Else, that means if the player does not have the plunger, it will walk them over to the box, go, there's a plunger in here, and then add the inventory I plunger. There you go. And we'll do the same thing here. If player has inventory I plunger, then fuck. Player, god damn it. There's an autocomplete. That's if you type something in like SA, then it highlights say, and you go like this. It's very nice. It's the parcel where I got the plunger, because we already have it in our inventory. Else, go like this. Now I know there are some, you know, if you only have one line, you don't need these guys here. But I'm just gonna show these because everything in between these, like down here, for instance, you have more than one command. Everything in between these guys is what gets carried out if the player does not have the plunger. You see? Basic scripting. I know for some people this is really, really stupid to explain, and for other people like me, it took me a goddamn long time to figure that out. Okay, cool. So now, of course, we just check this once more, you know, just for fun. I like checking. There you go. Pick that up. She goes, there's a plunger in here, and then we now add the plunger. Now we try once more, and it goes, I already have the plunger. Cool!